Hey guys, breaking news. Roman and Mike here, coming to you from TFL HQ. Because, Mike, we've just had official confirmation that the new C8 Corvette is coming when?
July 18th, not July 8th, 18th, 2019. That's the official reveal date, according to Chevrolet.
Let's not make you wait. Let's pop right to the images. Here are the images that were tweeted today by Chevy, confirming that there will be a new C8 on July 18th. For some reason, they showed it driving around camouflaged in the streets of New York.
But they did print that date right on the side of the car to let you know, once again, July 18th. That is when we will know, well, hopefully a lot more information.
So that ends today's portion of what we know, and now we can start speculating, because there's a lot of speculation, of course, about the next generation of Corvette. First and foremost is that it's mid-engine.
Yeah, and from these photos, Roman, I mean, it really does still look like a mid-engine car. You can see there's huge air intakes on the sides, right behind the doors. It's a lot of signs that point to a mid-engine car. The hood is short, the tail is a little bit longer, and there looks to be a lot of glass covering what probably is an engine bay.
Yeah, and let's be very clear, Chevrolet or GM have not confirmed that this is a mid-engine car, but it's pretty much a mid-engine car. Let's keep speculating further. Now, we do know that the C8 has had some issues coming to fruition. In other words, prototypes of it have been running around a long time. I remember the first ones I saw were actually at a McDonald's drive-thru, of all places.
Huh.
And then about a month ago, we had some spy photos of the thing breaking down and having to be towed.
Yeah, at a gas station, we got some spy photos with the tow truck taking it off, presumably back to GM's headquarters. There was a lot of speculation about what these issues could be. Some reports came out that GM was having issues with the wiring harness. They were switching all of their cars actually to a new type of wiring system, so some speculation that it was an electrical issue. Other reports came out suggesting that GM had issues with frame bending, that this car is making enough horsepower that it was actually bending the frame underneath where the engine was mounted to the frame. We don't know exactly what the problem is, why it's taking so long for GM to release this Corvette. But now we officially know it will be coming in the middle of summer.
Yeah, and we also know of other cars that are kind of sort of coming that will compete against it. Of course, the most interesting one, I think, is the new Mustang GT 500.
Yep.
We don't know the horsepower number on that vehicle, but it's going to be at least 700, I think is a fair guess.
You know, the GT500 was at our local auto show, the Denver Auto Show, and it had a plaque right there. And still, the only information we know about horsepower is that it's over 700 horsepower.
Over 700 horsepower. And of course, the reason we're bringing that up is because I think the Corvette is going to have to at least match that or exceed it.
Yeah, that's a good point, Roman. What about the engine? We still don't actually know what engine will be under, well, not the hood, but, you know, right behind the seats of the C8 Corvette. And there are a few options that GM could go with, right?
Yep.
The first and maybe the easiest option would be to provide some sort of updated version of the engine that's currently in the Corvette. So the 6.2 liter V8 might be supercharged. Who knows? A lot of people have been speculating that Chevy's going to take the Blackwing V8, that's a twin turbocharged 4.2 liter V8 from Cadillac, although Cadillac has said that they're not going to be taking that engine, so there's some debate on whether or not that's actually going to be in there. Or there's a third option, right, which is that Chevrolet comes up with something completely new for the C8 Corvette.
Well, we know it's not completely electric because we have heard exhaust notes, so it might be a mild hybrid of some sort, or it might be completely naturally aspirated, a traditional internal combustion engine. But I suspect with everything going electric that there might be some electrification. Now, back to non-speculation, we do know that the current Corvette, the C7, the Stingray, is not selling really well right now. It's sitting on dealers' lots. I think last report we ran was there something like a 90-day backup or even longer.
Really long time.
Really long time. And I think the reason for that is people are excited about the C8 and they're holding off. So if you do want to get a C7, I would say this is a great time to go and get yourself one.
Yeah, we were just having a discussion actually about whether or not it's better to buy a C6 Z06 Corvette or to go out and buy a C7 Stingray. And, you know, actually at Roman, I think you could get a super good deal on a brand new Corvette right now. And it'd be a good time to buy if you're looking into the C7.
The other thing we know that's happening is next week, of course, is the New York Auto Show. Now, this Corvette did have a date in July that is going to be revealed, so we do know that it's not going to be revealed at the New York Auto Show. But, you know, it wouldn't be past, I wouldn't put it past Chevy to drop some hints about it. It's probably, you know, their biggest, most iconic vehicle that they have. And there's been a lot of speculation, not just swerving around the car, but actually around why GM is actually spending so much time and energy and money building a new supercar, quote-unquote, beater, because that's what the new Corvette is rumored to be, right?
On their website, Roman, they actually mentioned that this is going to be, quote, the new standard for performance. And I think GM is trying to take it, like you said, to Ferrari, to Lamborghini, to those really big-name supercar manufacturers that have been doing it for a really long time, just like Corvette has.
Yeah, a lot of people are asking the question, with GM closing some domestic plants, why are they spending so much money on a new Corvette when everybody's buying pickup trucks and crossovers? And I think that's a fair question.
It is a fair question. I mean, people are not buying nearly as many sports cars as they used to, although, despite it not selling particularly quickly, they do sell a fair amount of Corvettes over the course of a year. Maybe they just want to take the throne back. They just want to have that placard on their desk at the GM headquarters in Michigan that says, we make the best sports car.
Yeah, and let's face it, the Chevy Corvette has always been one of America's most iconic, if not the most iconic sports car. It has weathered the fuel crisis. It has weathered all kinds of storms. It'll probably keep going strong. And I got to tell you, looking at the pictures, it does look like a sexy beast. It's low, it's wide, it looks very fast, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's going to be going for a Nürburgring record.
Oh, yeah.
GM, of course, with Cadillac has been big about chasing that. Mike, I've kind of wondered why GM was spending so much money on a Corvette, but now that I'm looking at these pictures, it's pretty sexy and it's pretty cool. So, I can't wait for them to actually officially unveil it. Is there something special about the date?
Well, it has an 8 in it.
Yeah.
As far as I can tell, though, that's the only thing that's actually special about the date, July 18th. It's not an auto show. I was looking into maybe special automotive events that happen around this time, and to my knowledge, it has an 8 in it. They highlighted the 8 in red on the date that they printed on the side of the Corvette, so maybe that's the reason they were going with the 18th.
Yeah, and maybe we're missing something. So in the comments below, let us know what you think. Are we missing a historical date that maybe one of the first generation Corvettes was introduced, or is there something more beyond the fact that there's an 8 in that date?
By the way, guys, Corvette has offered for people to sign up for more information. You can head over to Chevrolet's website and drop your email, and presumably they'll be sending you along email updates as they start to provide more information on the C8 Corvette. But they haven't told us pretty much anything else besides that.
Have you done that?
I have not.
Well, get going. As always, guys, thanks for watching. And remember, you saw it first. Where, Mike?
On the Fast Lane car.
Or on the Fast Lane Now.
Or on the Fast Lane Now.
See you guys next time. Ciao.